and I'm going to start recording and it might even be working. So, hey, before we get too much into this, and I know I've said this before, but you are all welcome to record this too. It doesn't mean, I know I'm doing it and I'll post it, but in Pennsylvania, and I know you're all excited to know that the Pennsylvania governor last night said that school's done for the year. But it's not quite that simple, because now he's asking schools and districts and people and whatever else to do online stuff, which is kind of what a lot of places are doing. If you're a student in Warren County, where I live, you have not been doing any school. They have not done any schoolwork, and that's a whole big thing. Do me a favor, and a lot of you, since this is the first one of these I'm doing with you guys, if you could mute your mics. I know you guys are able to chat separately through this, but if you don't mind muting your mics, because I hear like some whispering and stuff in the background. I think it's Swanson. Swanson, stop it. What are you doing?
It's not me, it's my dog.
Your dog is whispering?
Oh, he's squeaking his toy.
Okay. I was going to say, because if your dog's whispering, that's a level of problems that I'm unprepared to deal with at this point.
No, my dog was playing with his toy.
That's okay. So, as I was saying, well, anyway, let me get to the point. So because I live in Pennsylvania, I'm telling you, I'll say this every time, you're welcome to record this. It's okay. If I don't say that, then it's like a felony. You all go to jail. That's a good time. So, and Izzy right now looks way too comfortable to go to jail. So, hi, Izzy. Very quickly, before we go too much further, so a bunch of you have asked for, I don't know if I'm looking, I don't see Morgan. And there's Morgan. Morgan and Olivia, and then I want to say it was Emily, but Emily switched. A lot of people have asked for question 16.2. So please make sure. I know that sometimes the list doesn't refresh really quickly, but you'll need to look at the list and then choose something else, because that question's been taken. I think now because I don't have it up, I don't want to change my screen, but somebody snatched that thing like right away. So I want to make this first Zoom that we do. I'd like to do this Tuesdays at noon. The first one, like really low key and really basic, and then get into other stuff later on. I do have some things to talk about with next or this week's reading, chapter 19 in particular. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the questions for chapter 19. Chapter 19 is one of those chapters that is really, really, it's like the beginning of some of the more adult things that you'll see with the book, which is going to be something we'll talk about later. And I don't know who Hovey's talking to in the background. Hovey, who's there? I see you. No, I can't hear you. Your mic's off. I don't have any idea what you're saying. Who is that? Is that your mom? Is that Corinne? Because it's pet day, so Corinne could be your pet. Nora's got a dog. Oh, hello. It's social distancing. I know you're cousins. I can't hear you. Your mic's off. Hey, there you go. What's up?
Well, though, my Uncle Billy walked in. He's staying 6 feet away, though.
Hello, Uncle Bill.
Hey.
Nice to see. Well, I'm not seeing Uncle Bill, and it's nice to see that, the older cousin there. And hello, Kylie.
Hi. Yeah, I was forced to come here, so.
You're not at home?
No, I'm at where my mom's workplace, her farm office.
Very good. Okay. All right. Well, I'll stop pestering Hovey then. And nice to see or hear all of you in the background. And hello to Mom Hovey somewhere.
She's over. She's way over.
Okay. Very good. Here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to start, because we'll talk about like class stuff, but I'd like to start. I want everybody, and I think we're still at 20 people. It doesn't matter in what order. I guess I'll call you out, and I'd like you to say one thing. I know there's a lot of awful things. I would much rather be in school. I'm sure many of you would much rather be in school. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I would rather be in school, seeing all of you. So I do want to focus on the positive instead of talking about like what's terrible about not being together. I want to ask each of you quickly, just like a one quick thing that is your favorite or something that you like about not being in class. So if that makes sense. So one thing that is your favorite or one thing you like about not being in school or being at home, or however you want to look at it.
Mm.
So it looks like Morato's on here, Morato, and your mic is not muted. So Alexis, how are you? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, Alexis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. What is something positive or something you like about not being in school or being at home?
Definitely sleeping in because I'm not really a morning person, so I can sleep in and just do my work whenever.
Okay, apparently Ashlyn likes that because she just like raised a thumbs up. Very good,
Me
thank you,
too.
Alexis. And I hope you're doing well, Alexis.
I am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Emily's not muted either, and Emily, I thought I just saw. There's Emily. She's off to her head's over there. Hello, Emily. How are you today?
I'm good.
Very good. What's something good or something you like about not being in school or being at home?
I'm doing my work whenever.
It was like on your own schedule, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Swancheska, whose dog is apparently whispering in the background. I don't know what to say. There you are. What's something good or something positive that you like about not being in school or being at home?
Yes, sleeping in and having like more time to work on things.
Okay. Time to work on things. That's fine. Thank you. Maddie Johnson, also mic not muted. Hello, Maddie.
Hi.
How are you today, Maddie?
I'm good.
You look well rested too. Are you sleeping in as well?
Yeah, a lot actually. More than I should be.
More than you. All right. Well, that's fine. Well, something good or something positive, Maddie?
Sleeping in, definitely.
Good. Pennington, whose baby is right there. By the way, let me stop for.
Ew.
You didn't notice the last video. No one commented on it, but I have all sorts of pictures I dug up of the seniors, of different things that they had done when they were in middle school. So there's like young Cam, young Nat, a bunch of those. I have all sorts of young pictures of you guys as well. So that'll be next week's thing. So I'll throw those up. That'll be a good time. And
No.
it's worth mentioning I have several good young Baker pictures. So I just feel to say that. So
Oh, those are all great.
they're all something. Yes. Allie, what's something good, positive, however you'd like to phrase it?
Not getting up early.
Okay, I have a feeling like you don't really have a choice in the matter, though.
No, but my midnight is 4 a.m. now, so I sleep in till like a lot later than I should be.
Okay, that seems to be a recurring theme. Thank you so much. And Nora, your mic is unmuted. What's something good, something positive?
Me?
Crying baby. Mute it, the crying baby. Hi, Nora.
Oh, hi.
By the way, Nora put a bunny picture in for you in the first week's wrap-up. I don't know if
I saw.
you like
I
that,
saw
sleeping
it.
rabbits there. Very good. That's for you. What do we have, Nora?
I guess just being able to like do what I like painting and hanging out with my animals and stuff.
Okay, I was going to say, you probably don't need to social distance from animals now that they've established that dogs cannot pass the coronavirus, so that's good. Thank you, Nora. And then Colin, who is apparently not able to be seen on the screen, which is fine.
Hello.
Your mic is, hi, Colin, how are you?
My eye bags have doubled.
Okay, that's Colin, what do we got? Give us something positive, Colin. How about you live in Washington State right now? How about that? Is that a good one?
Yeah, they got the corona over there, more heavy than here.
Right, for now anyway. Yes, that's correct. Do you have anything positive for us, Colin? You've been able to prepare for this moment for the last several minutes. Do you have anything for us?
One of my shirts is hung up, like, and that's like slightly unusual. So I guess my room's slightly cleaner than usual.
You've thrown it in the trash. Let's move on to Mara. Hello, Mara.
Hi.
Hello again. Something good, something positive, Mara.
It's actually a nice spring that we get to enjoy, so I've already been outside, already making.
Somebody is mashing their keyboard. I have no idea who that is. I'm going to blame Colin for that. But Mara, so you've been able to be outside?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Hello again. Yes. Oh, it's Corinne. Hello. You brought your pet to the video. Very good. Thank you. Appreciate it. And we have, it looks like Olivia's not muted anymore. Hello, Olivia.
Hi.
Olivia, is this your hair when you are not in school?
Yes.
Can't see Livy on my screen.
That one is
Which
like
one is
fascinating. It's like wind blown, like you should be on a horse
Uh,
or something with that hair.
No, actually, it's just I got out of the shower and this is how it dries.
Okay, very good. Something good, something positive, Olivia.
It's like homeschooling again, and I love it.
It's like homeschooling again, and I love it. Shame on you. No, that's fine. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. That's fine. Let's see. I got looking
Mr.
down the list
Becker,
here. Hey, hello.
it's me, Izzy. I have a question for you.
Izzy has a question. Well, Izzy, first you have to say something nice, and then you can ask your question because it was your turn
Well,
anyway.
it's kind of nice having my sisters home because they haven't all been home since like I was like in 8th grade.
Obviously, Joe's home, but your other ones are home now too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fun.
My question is, Connor just called me and asked if he had to come on, and he wants to know.
Connor asked if he has to come on.
He's right here.
Hi. Oh, put. Can we? Can
Well,
he hear?
it's like frozen. It says poor connection. I don't really know where he was. He was like in the woods or something. Literally.
Woods.
Yeah. It says
Get
reconnecting.
it back. Unmute your screen, and then we want to hear him too because we get this is like 3-dimensional chess right here, 5-dimensional.
Okay. Oh, he's back. Connor, Mr. Becker wants to talk to you.
Hello, Connor.
Connor, look at my phone.
Okay, no, your phone, buddy. Connor.
I think he's going inside. He's gonna come on.
We'll come back. We'll come back to you in a second. Caleb's around. Hello, Caleb. How are you?
Good.
Caleb, something positive, Caleb.
I could show you, but there's a wasp in the mudroom. We got chickens.
You got chickens?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Baby
don't
chicken.
really want to have a competition, but I want you to know that Sharia Fuller, who's an 8th grader, her goat just had baby. What are they? Kids? Aren't they little goats called kids? And she had her little, like a 1.5 pound goat that she was, and it was trying to eat her, which is, I think, disappointing for her. But so she had a little goat there. But that's so you have chickens. Are they like babies, like chicks? Or are they full like chickens running around and giving you eggs?
Baby chicks.
Very nice. Aren't they stinky?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, that's hopefully
My sisters are taking care of them.
All right. Very good. Good for them. Cooper's joining. It looks like I thought I saw Connor Cooper a second ago. Other people, who don't I have yet? Aurora, I don't have you. If you could unmute because we need Aurora, and I'm looking at my list here. And Hoyt, I haven't heard Hoyt yet, so Aurora and Hoyt will get it. Hello, Aurora.
Hi,
How are you, Aurora?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Who's there with you, Aurora?
Nobody. My little siblings are downstairs, I guess.
That's fine. Xander can stay down there. It looks like Allie's baby's about to barf on the computer, so that's nice. What's something positive, please, Aurora?
I can read more, and I'm learning French.
You're learning
So that's
French
yeah.
with a textbook or like Duolingo or one of those other
Like the. I have a book, and then I'm using like a bunch of different sites and stuff.
Okay, all right.
But yeah.
That's cool. That's exciting. Very good. Hoyt's up. Hello, Hoyt. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Something positive, Miss Hoyt.
I'm all for social distancing.
You're all for social distancing.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. I'm glad you have been able to be distanced. Thank you. Oh, and something positive. And then, hi, Connor. Connor's here. So our fun with the phone doesn't work, but that's okay. Owen, something positive, please.
I hate Mr. Armstrong's class, so I haven't had to go to that.
Okay, very good. And luckily, we're recording this. I'll share that with him later on. Thank you. You're fired.
Oh, don't do that.
You and Sarah Josephson. I don't have you guys yet either. So I don't think I had highlighted who's got the stars above my head. And then Sarah Josephson. So yonder two people. Hold on. Flickham, while you're figuring out how to unmute, Flickham's head was there for a second. Hello, Colin. I see you.
Hello.
All right. We're still waiting for Josephson and Johnson. And Coop, you can unmute too because we're looking for. I know you just got here. We're looking for something positive. I know it's awful that we're not together, but something positive about this time that you've been able to do. Hi, Leah. What do you got?
I've been finally able to read books that I want to read and paint.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. Sarah Josephson.
Probably just sleeping in. I don't really like school, so.
Did you say you don't like school?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Coop is, I think, figuring out how to do it, and I don't think we have Petrie yet and Heimberg. So I guess yonder three boys. Nora's got a dog and a hat on. She's got a bucket hat, and aren't you supposed to go fishing with one of those hats, Nora? Apparently not. All right. So Coop, hello, Connor.
Yeah.
Apparently you were in the woods. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I was a little busy, but that can wait, I guess.
That happens. Hey, Coop, something positive, despite the awfulness of not being together, what's something positive about this time that you can share?
I don't know, being able to sleep in every day.
All right, fair enough. That's a common answer. Thank you very much. Heimberg and Petrie, we've got to move on to class stuff, so we're looking for Heimberg and Petrie, and I think that's everybody. Once we get Petrie and Heimberg. I'm looking at the list. I think everybody said something. Heimberg's up. Hello, Heimberg.
Hi.
What's something positive, Carson, about this time?
I like sleeping in.
I feel like that would be something. I have a feeling that Petrie's going to say something similar. Who has the distorted picture of you for his? I think that's you, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me.
All right, very good. Thank you, Carson. And Mr. Petrie, if you're there, I have a feeling he's not there. Are you there, Mr. Petrie?
Well, I'm here.
Can you
The sleeping in part's my favorite.
sleeping in? I figured it was. Very good. Okay. Okay, so I know you guys, at least a lot of you, have been in other Zooms and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't mind, just for a couple seconds, muting what you've got there. I just want to go through a couple things very quickly. And then I also want to stop talking so that as we finish, any questions you have that I can answer or try to answer and go from there. I've given you 2 weeks of wrap-up videos. I absolutely cannot see who has viewed them. So there's nothing gotcha. I don't, I'm leaving that to you, that you've seen them. Specifically, the first one, there were a bunch of things that I went through. The last one, which dealt with, I think there's one good chapter. I like the book, all of it, but there's one good chapter for each section. I think chapter 10 was one. I think chapter 15 was one, and chapter 19 is definitely one this week. So I added that whole like pipe dope thing from the last video because that's a real thing. I thought somebody, maybe it's not, and Bergie's not here, but I thought somebody's parents were like a plumber or something like that. There are videos and things I want to link to, but I won't take up our Zoom time with that. It's a chance to kind of meet and talk about things. As I said, chapter 19 is going to be more adult stuff, so be mindful of that. But it's not terrible. There's other terrible stuff later on. But I feel like that you're all capable of handling that just fine, as far as I know. So, and then I want to just quickly say about the writing stuff. I don't need, this is about paper 3.1. I don't need you to send me 3.1. Your mates should have sent you their comments or their whatever they gave you. Sometimes I know there's students that have actually got your file and then made changes to it or whatever else. You need to make sure that your partner has that. I don't need that. However, it's been a long time since I've said this, and we're not face-to-face anymore. I told you this at the beginning of the year, save everything. Don't throw anything out. Don't delete anything. And the reason for that is that I want that for 3.3. So whatever your partner gave you for 3.1, please save that. And so I can get it from you 3.3, and I'll give you information about that later. If you've just only used the stuff that's in Blackboard, you can screenshot it, you can, whatever you want to do. But I do want that for future benefit. And I don't know, I think that's it as far as the classwork goes. As I've mentioned previously, Pennsylvania is pretty much done for the year, but they want people to move online. New York State has not said anything like that. And in fact, I know you know this. Ashlyn probably knows this better than anybody else with her mom being who she is, but they, as of right now, the regents is still happening. As of right now, all of the regents are happening. They have not made any change for that. Now, allow me to also say that I'm biased, and I think that you all are going to do fine on the regents for English anyway. So again, that's just my personal opinion. But I have no control over that. I have lots of opinions on a lot of the things happening, and they're useless and irrelevant because my opinion doesn't matter. So as of right now, once again, you are taking the Regents in June, the same day and all that stuff. As soon as I get an update, any updates, I will send them to you. I think Mr. Lichtis has done a very good job of keeping people informed about stuff, as far as the school calendar and changes for the schools and stuff like that. There's another difference between the states. You know, New York State obviously canceled winter sports. Pennsylvania has said they are not canceling winter sports. So in other words, like basketball and all those sports going on, they still may have playoffs. I don't understand how they're going to do that because they've just canceled school, and they have not canceled spring sports, but there's no more classes. So I don't know what they're doing. Now, as by my clock on my computer, it's 12:23. I've only set these to be half an hour long. I can make them an hour. That's not a big deal. But I want to end our session here. First of all, saying thank you all for attending. For those of you that are here, I appreciate that. Just about everybody's here. This is an opportunity to ask questions. So if there's questions you have about the reading, then this is the time to ask. If there's questions you have about the essays or any of the writing stuff, this is the time to ask. I don't think it's going to automatically kick us out. I think this will go past 12:30 if it has to. At this point right now, I'd appreciate if you just stick around for a couple more moments. If there's no questions, then we can be done and you guys can leave. And once we get to 12:30, if you want to leave, you're welcome to go too. Again, this is a chance to ask questions. I feel like if someone has a question, somebody else has it too. And also, I'm kind of going through a little bit of withdrawal. Allie has not asked me a question in at least 3 weeks. And so there's...
No, I emailed you.
What's that?
I emailed you.
I don't remember an email question.
I did because I put my essay in the wrong spot, and it was a very long chains of email of me being confused.
All right, well, let's put it this way. 1 question in 3 weeks. I mean, we're way under quota here. So this is a chance for anybody, including Allie, to ask questions. Plus, when Allie asks questions, it freaks other people out too. So that's always... So I see there's a few people that have unmuted. Chance to ask questions, talk about stuff, and go from there. By the way, now that we've done this kind of greeting stuff, we can do a little bit more content things the next time, but we'll go from there. Who is that? Who's in the background for Nora? I see somebody with Nora.
It's my sister.
Hello.
Hi.
I guess you're allowed to be there because that's not like social distancing stuff. I had 3 8th graders in one house in my earlier meeting, which is, you know, they're all going to get sick and wither away to nothing, but that's fine. And how are you there?
I'm good.
Good. So, Naomi, are you there all the time, or are you just like hanging out right now?
I'm here for now. I live in Erie now.
Well, it's nice to see you.
You too.
Questions from anybody? And I don't know. I think at least on my...
Are you gonna go easier on us for the essay grading a little bit for this?
I don't know what that means. Allie, am I going to go easier on you? What does that mean?
No, I don't. I don't mean like, oh, just let us get whatever we want, but like, is there going to be a little bit more give with this essay for understanding stuff because we haven't had the same class time and like everything else?
Okay, so my overall point is, if you heard Allie's question, the very short answer is yes. JCC, and some of you have friends in other schools, and don't say it now, but if you have information, then let me know separately. And what I mean by that is, I know that there are schools that are doing 15-10, like this is our class. They don't really have the same amount of stuff that they've gotten done. They have not done reading. They've not done some of the writing stuff. So I don't know what they all are doing. I mentioned earlier on in this meeting when I was talking to Bree Ford about what her 1530 class is doing, and she's at JCC. So there's a lot of changes and things like that. So Allie, the long answer to that is yes. And you're going to have some other opportunities because I think JCC's whole timetable, I don't have to follow the same calendar. So we have time for that. And I don't know exactly what that means. Let's wait till we get to 3.3 and we'll get into it at that time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so Aurora has a hand up, by the way, thank you. But there's supposed to be like a hand up thing on this. I'm not seeing the option. So if you have a question, doing that or you know, putting a pet up to the screen or something like that would probably be fine. Aurora, and I see Alexis too. So Aurora, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a question about the essay.
About S3 point whatever?
Yeah, the one that's due, like the next one that's due.
Yeah.
I'll probably figure out more about this when we get the comments from you. But for the first like similarities paragraph, are we supposed to talk about like the articles more, and then the differences is where we bring our claim back in?
Okay.
Or
So
doing
let's
that
go
wrong?
back to that, and maybe this is part of like what Allie might have been talking about, where any of you all are thinking. Remember, the structure hasn't changed. So you have an introduction where you're going to talk about your claim. We did the claim first. So some people think this, other people think this. Here's what I think. So then you have a similarity paragraph where you're talking about the two sources. What are these two, or the two sides, I should say? What do the two sides have in common? And then use the sources for them. And then differences, same thing. So how are they different? And what do the sources say about that? And then it's going to, we'll see what you guys do. Some of you are going to have your opinion in the conclusion. Some of you are going to have a separate body paragraph for that. However you want to do that is fine. To kind of continue answering Aurora's question, you want to try to balance them as best you can. So you shouldn't have a very long paragraph and then a very short paragraph and then a very long paragraph. They should be, body paragraph should be all about the same size, if that helps. So Aurora, I think I answered your question.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you give me 3.2, which is the next draft, that's when I'm giving you my comments. So you have your comments from your classmates, that's 3.1. It's been a while, so I'm refreshing our memories. 3.2 is when I give you my comments. So then whatever you give me, then I'll give you comments and say, hey, this looks great, or hey, you should add more, or whatever else, if that makes sense. I think I answered that. You're nodding, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Alexis, you had a question?
Yeah, so I'm trying to work on the next part of the essay that's due, and I'm using my like Gale Power Search opposing views thing on the school library.
Yes.
And it won't let me into the site.
Okay.
Like at all. Can't access my article, nor my phone.
No, that's fine. There's a couple possible reasons for that. So number one, you want to make sure that you are logged. If you're on your iPad, you want to try to make sure you're logged into your school account. And then even then, sometimes it doesn't work. So now Mrs. Lundquist, I didn't send an email about this because I found it easy to follow, but Mrs. Lundquist revised or modified the school library page. I think it's actually easier to follow. So it's fine. I didn't send an email about it, but you will now see a little higher at the top where the password link is. You click on that at the Panama Virtual Library, and that'll give you the passwords. Now, have you used those passwords and it still doesn't work?
No, because I never knew about that whole like password. But I can see the link right now because I'm looking on my phone.
So for you, for Alexis, and for anybody else, there have been students that has not worked for. So if you run into that where you can't get it, I want to say I sent one to Connor. I think I sent one to Hialeah. I feel like there's a third one too. So I can grab the articles separately and then send them to you, and so that you don't have any problems, you don't have any delays doing your essay. So if you can't find your stuff, please let me know. I'll send it to you as fast as I can so that you don't have any further delays. So that's kind of answering Alexis's question, but for anybody else as well. So yes, was that good, Alexis?
Yeah.
Okay, so if that doesn't work, please let me know. I see Caleb had his mute off and then didn't. So any questions from anybody else about any other stuff? All right. Olivia, yeah, go ahead.
I don't think it says how many pages the final essay has to be.
Okay, I believe that it was supposed to be 4. I think 4 is what I'd have to go back, and again, I can't pull it up right now because I'm in the middle of class. That's probably why Alexis is looking at her phone at the same time, because it's hard to do there. I think for the final, it's going to be 4 pages. Now, wherever she is, she's in here somewhere. Emily Lyon was asking me a question. I think I said to her that, if your 3.2 is 2.5 pages, that's fine. And I think she said it was supposed to be 3. That's okay. Look, and I've said this to you before, the more you give me for 3.2, the more I can comment and make sure that you're on the right track for the final paper. But 4 is what pages is what we're looking for. And Allie, I do see your hand up. So 4 is my target for the final for the whole thing.
Okay.
And so let's see, Maddie's off mute too, so I'll come back to her in a second. Question, Allie?
So there is a possibility in the flex for the like when the actual final date is due. Is that possibly flexible? Is that because I thought I would know if that's what you were saying before, that our grading you were going to go easier on us, or for the actual due date that was going
Okay,
to
so
change possibly?
I took your question to mean about the grading, but allow me to talk about the schedule for a second. I'm trying to keep the schedule as much as it was as possible. So the reason why I gave you the final due date for paper 3 that I did is because that was the last day before Easter break. So literally this morning, and I want to say it was about an hour ago, there is discussion about what date we might return to school. So tentatively right now, the return date is something like the 15th or whatever, which is the Wednesday of our break. So I would like to leave that date the same way it was, because I want to be optimistic that we'll still be coming back and go from there. This is our last JCC essay of the year. So unlike the seniors who were on the essay 6 now, this is our last one of the year. And so I want to keep that the same. If, as I said, if and when the schedule changes, I'll let you know. But I would like to keep it where it is. At the same time, here's my overall point too. I haven't even said this yet. Look, I know this is yucky. Not being, some of you, and you know who you are, some of you pop into my room all the time and ask me questions whenever you have a question, or I'll wander into Schneider's on Study Lab or something like that and talk to a bunch of you. And I know it's annoying and it's unfortunate and everything else. So we just do the best we can. So if you're having some sort of a problem getting this done because you don't understand something or you have questions or whatever else, I'll work with you. Yes, I would like the due date to be concrete, but at the same time, I realize there may be other things going on that impact your ability to do that. So that's a really fuzzy answer, but yes, I'd like the date to stay the same. If you have a problem, let me know. I'll help you out. Allie, yes?
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Question? Oh, and then Maddie does too. I see Maddie, your hand up too. So Ashlyn and then Maddie. Ashlyn?
Is there gonna be any more like big? So if we don't come back, like we're scheduled to, are we going to have any more like big writing assignments? Even just in general for like the rest of the class.
Okay, so I have two answers.
Or are we just gonna focus on like the book that we all have to read?
Yeah, thank you. That's a good question. And I kind of have two answers to that. So number one, this is our last JCC essay. Nothing we get for the rest of the year is going to be as long as this essay. Nothing even close. Because they're two different things. I'm still planning on, and I know I sent this to somebody. If it wasn't a student, I apologize. But I know I sent it to somebody that I'm still expecting the Regents is going to happen. So after this essay is done, there are two writing assignments I plan on doing, one longer, one shorter. Even the longer one is not going to be anything like this 4-page essay. So it'll be like a Regents review essay, which we'll talk about, and then one of the literary response ones, which is even shorter. So this is going to sound dumb, but I really wanted my 8th graders to take the state test this year because I think they were going to do very, very well. I feel the same way about all of you. I know you won't weep over not having a Regents for English, but if we had one, I really would like to see how you guys would do on it because I think you'll do very well. Just the same, if we don't have it, life goes on. So if we don't have a Regents exam, I'm not giving you longer writing passages. I'm happy with the discussion board, and I want to keep it at that. Although Olivia's here someplace, I see her. We need to figure out a way to do like shooting for quizzes because we still have to do, I'm planning on doing like a quiz a week. I have a plan for this, but we have to do it live because here's, actually I went down, this is a very funny story. I went down, no one here because they're buffoons here in Warren County. No one's like doing social distancing. I drove past the basketball court and there's like 1 million people down there playing basketball. So part of me wants to go down and have some rando just shoot like a shot from who knows where to see if like you'll have to take a quiz. But I really don't want to go near any of the unwashed masses in Warren because they're all gross people and I don't know what they're doing. So, I do want to add quizzes. The last thing I want to add to answer Ashlyn's question in the longest way possible. No long writing passages, but I do want to add quizzes, 1 a week. And we have to get, and I see Olivia's there. Olivia, I don't know if, and I saw Izzy was on her phone, I think, or maybe Connor was on his phone. We got to have some way to like live shoot, take a shot or somehow talk live with you outside, like shooting a bucket or something for a quiz. What are you gonna say?
My basketball hoop is out of like commission right now. My dad's putting one into the ground, so he's making a backboard for it. So I can't really do it there.
Mr. Becker, we have one.
Lions.
Yeah, we hoop flats.
So Emily, I don't know how you feel about like
hoop,
being videotaped or like somehow live chatting and you taking a shot, being responsible for like the first week's quiz. But you can think about that and let me know, because I know sometimes you get nervous about stuff. So I don't know if you want to like have to shoot a free throw for everyone in the class to take a quiz or not. So, but you don't seem like you're too worried about it.
Okay. It doesn't really matter to me. I mean, if we have a quiz, I'm fine with that. But other people would probably be mad.
I think Mara would be mad. And so Nora's still got the dog. Nora's dog is trying to eat the computer. So, so we'll talk about that as we go. I'll send an email about that and I can get some replies, because I'll rotate people. It doesn't have to be the same person all the time.
Well, people could always, like, if we stay our distance, they can always come and shoot if they don't live far away.
But then your mom makes cookies, though.
What?
Doesn't your mother make cookies when people come over?
No.
Oh, well, never mind. It must have just been like one of your sisters. So, hey, Maddie, you've been waiting patiently. Maddie Johnson.
Yeah. For the chapter questions, like no matter what time you assign it during the week, is it still always going to be due on a Thursday?
Yeah, I'd like it to be Thursday for the initial post, and then Sunday for the replies. It's my fault that it didn't come out yesterday. I actually had the post ready to go. I just didn't hit send. Yeah, I see you, Harvey. I see you over there. You're over here on my screen. Yeah. So I meant to do it. I didn't hit send, and then actually Cameron Barmore sent me an email last night saying, "Hey, where's our questions?" And then I got it this morning, and there we go. So, but I think most of you are a lot of you are choosing the questions from the first chapter, and the reading wasn't due until today anyway. So, I think we can still do Thursday. So yeah, it should be Thursday for initial and then Sunday for the replies at all times. Like that's not going to change.
And then did you say that the 3.2 is 3 pages?
Yeah, I went back and forth because Emily asked me the question. I said 2.5 minimum. I think 3 is good. I believe I said 3 previously, and I'll repeat what I said, that you want to try to have as much done as you can so that it's easier you have less to do later, if that makes sense.
Got it.
Nora, you have a question and a dog and a hat. So what's up?
I just wanted to tell you that I reset my password for turnitin.com so I can get into it now.
You got in now. Okay, so you were able to, okay, very good. Thank you. Yeah, we got Turnitin taken care of. Now, very quickly, I did, and it will end after this, I think, because I did forget to say
go through the cracks.
for that. We had some issues with getting into it. Those are all solved. We have some issues with originality scores, which are mostly solved. Understand I submit everything from the discussion boards to Turnitin, just to make sure that everything is on the up and up and all that fun stuff. So, and they look like they're okay. And Olivia, I don't know who's there, but say hello. Is that Ava? Hello, Ava.
Hi.
So, and Nora apparently is drinking wine, so we'll call it very good. Oh, very good. Thank you. I will end because we're over the 12:30, which I don't mind. This is actually about 40 minutes how long we have in a class. I really do miss all of you because I enjoy our class, and I know we've got a lot of reading to do. I'm not sending you any reading lists or reading schedules for the next book until we get there. I don't know. We'll continue doing what we can. Yes, I personally would like to be there. I know some of you would like to be in school too, whether it's for sports, friends, whatever else. We just have to make sense of it. And it seems like you guys kind of are. Emily does not want to be together. All right, that's fine. And no, Olivia, you don't know. You homeschoolers, Olivia. No, I don't want to hear it. No. So upon that, we'll call it a day. Remember, email me questions if you have any. Let me know if there's anything that you don't understand or you'd like clarification for. I'd be happy to help you. And we'll plan to see each other next Tuesday. And I'll have a video for you on Sunday, and we go from there. So have a good week, have a good time, and all that stuff, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye, and you guys take care. People are slowly leaving. Here they go. Here they go. Goodbye. And Colin and Allie. Allie's probably changing a diaper or something.
How does this even work? What is it? What the?
Don't.
How do I leave? I did not. I did not say anything. I stopped with the F. Oh wait, it says leave meeting right in the corner. Never mind.
There you go. Allie, I don't know if you're there, but have a good week, and we will see you soon.